These 32 words' meanings were very easy to understand. Naturally, Kai Young understood. But the Black Book's history was unclear, thus he was a bit afraid. What if this was a trap of some sort? Thinking of this, he laughed at himself, for currently he was only a trials disciple of Sky Towers. Who would go to the effort of taking care of him? From just looking at the last couple of lines and their meaning, the reason why the Blackstone pillow will turn into a black book was probably because of his dream tonight. For over 1 year, the pillow didn't change, then suddenly after that dream it turned into a book. They must be connected. Is it because of his own change that also changed the Blackstone pillow? Since it was I who led to the book's birth, then this black book was born for me. Thus, I am this black book's owner. Thinking of this, Kai Young hesitated no more. The writing clearly on the book clearly states that he must drip blood in order to lead. Thinking of this, he bit onto his finger hardly and dripped a drop of blood onto the page. Drip, drip. The blood went onto the page, but there was no apparent change. After a fair amount of time passed, from the page, black light started to emerge. His body immediately felt unwell, for the injuries from earlier today had started to sear in pain. His head had also started to hurt. Biting down on his teeth, he continued to endure. His blood continued to flow, and the light on the book was becoming brighter and brighter. After a large amount of time and effort, Kai Young nearly fainted. But there had been substantial change to the book, and the black light had started to wiggle and contract. And from the center of the page, a tiny vortex had appeared. Following that, from within the vortex a golden swirl could be seen. Kai Young put great effort to maintain a clear mind, staring intently to the transformation in front of him. Within the black vortex, a small, round, shiny, black object gradually came out. He was shocked, for there really was something in the book. Even though while he was dripping his blood, he had some expectations, he didn't think that it was actually true. But right now, right in front of him, the 30 words from before were not false. Blood is sighted, the golden body descends. So, what kind of golden body is it? Anticipation covered his pale face. After a while, after the shiny, round thing had fully appeared in front of him, he couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. No matter how rich his imagination was, he wouldn't have thought that the golden body would be like this. This thing was about 30 centimeters high golden skeleton, and to think the first thing that came out was this skeleton skull. The golden skull just floated on top of the book page, sitting cross-legged like it was mediating. Every bone lighting up Kai Young's tiny hut. The black vortex on the page slowly began to recede and everything reverted back to its tranquil state. Kai Young had watched this strange golden skull appeared, for a time did not know how to react. On page said only how to get the golden body out, but didn't say what to do after it came out. Looking at it, he thought there wasn't something right. The golden skeleton in front of him had no eyes, but he felt like it looked like his own. It obviously didn't have any mouth but was clearly mocking its weakness. Thinking of this, Kai Young was furious and went to pick it up. This small, insignificant skeleton dazed to be arrogant. He didn't think that when he went to reach out for it, the golden skeleton flew out towards him, flying past his hand and embedded himself on his chest. This was a bit of a horror. With a skeleton smashing onto his chest, he cried out and then the skeleton started to emit a fluorescent light and penetrated deep into the pores of Kai Young's limbs. Suddenly, pain exploded all over his body, but the pain was not an ordinary pain, but the pain from the depths of the bone. He breathed in painfully, fell to the ground, his body bent like shrimp, with waves of cramps. His whole body's bones shattered in that moment, and he couldn't even lift a finger, for he had no strength. This was not an illusion. If you could see into his body, then you can see his bones being crushed, and next to each crushed bone, there was a layer of gold wrapped around, continuously repairing the broken bones, but far slower than the damage speed. When the repair was finished, it was crushed again. Human bones wrap around bone marrow and bone marrow nerve. Any small touch to them can bring great harm. One can only imagine his suffering at that moment. In his body, not a single bone wasn't shattered. Even for others, even if their strength of thousands of times higher than his, they would have probably fainted now. But with Kai Yang, he could only feel the pain 1,000-fold right now. Tragic cry came from the hut. Not far away, a fellow disciple was out for a walk, was frightened by the cry and quickly ran away. From somewhere, he received a message that came from this golden body: destroy Kai Yang's consciousness and seize his body. Did Kai Yang agree? Even if he was unable to move, but also struggled to maintain the awareness, he will never let golden body take over the magpie nest. The golden body felt fear, so over and over again crushed Yang Kai's bones, tortured his nerves, so that he fainted thereon. One is a proud golden statue, another with an indomitable spirit, who wins, who loses, one cannot see the outcome. Kai Yang knew that right now it was really important, unlike the previous challenges with his fellow disciples. If this was the past him, then he would have given up, but now he will not. Even if it hurts like hell, will endure. His consciousness, the golden body's destructive power, both commenced a hard tug of war. And the battlefield is the Kai Yang's body. You pull, I pull, each not letting an inch go. Over time, Kai Yang was surprised to find that the intolerable pain was slowly reducing, help lift his spirits and fill him full of energy. It's no wonder, after Kai Yang and the golden body clashed time and time again, the numerous crushing of his bones had strengthened them. With his bones becoming stronger and stronger, and the golden body's powers becoming weaker and weaker, the pain thus naturally alleviated. The struggle will soon end. With the scales tipping in his favor, the unbearable pain slowly became bearable, transforming into light tickles, then becoming like splashes of cold water. This feeling was like applying cream, allowing his millions of pores to open and relax. Aware of the golden body's desperate struggle, made Kai Yang furious. Cursing loudly, he crushed that presence within him. Inside his body, it had finally calmed down. A sigh could be heard, a sigh full of comfort and trace of great relief.